Yo, what's happening? Patrick here, back with another video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now, while I was editing some of my videos, I got aware of the fact that there's a lot of things that go wrong while I'm shooting the videos. And you are only going to see the finished product. But what I want to do today is I want to take you behind the scenes, give you a little sneak peek, and show you what can go wrong and how we can learn from this example and apply a new mindset to push through these obstacles. If at any point of this video you find it either entertaining or informative, just make sure to drop it a like and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay up to date. But without further ado, let's head into this video. While shooting these type of videos, things can become quite frustrating, to be honest.
It was frustrating. Frustrating.
In this endeavor and in any creative endeavor, 1,000,001 things can go wrong. Things such as technical difficulties.
No. What?
The recording of the audio stopped. We are always on. If you think about it, it shuts off.
People yelling in things just randomly to distract you.
A more upright
Vlog
posture.
live! Vlog nummer 1! We zijn bij het poortje!
The weather conditions just messing with your camera equipment or your camera setup.
Oh shit. Is it raining? Yeah, gotta drop again. Oh well, let's hope that it holds up, huh?
Or just the occasional brain fart when you don't get things out correctly.
Constant push messages with breaking news.
What I want to do in this video is I want to show you how you can apply a mindset of whatever it takes to these kind of endeavors and what you can learn out of these frustrating situations and ultimately how you can push through the obstacles and create something great in the end and not quit in the process. To be quite honest, sometimes I also just have the feeling of wanting to quit. Wanting to quit my studies, wanting to quit my athletic endeavors, or even making these videos. Because the feeling of frustration just gets too heavy. And it is really understandable because sometimes it can be overwhelming, sometimes it can throw you off so much that you just see the only opportunity is to quit.
Now I'm confused. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna.
What I want to do in this video is I want to give you a little insight into my mind. How I cultivated this mindset of whatever it takes.
Just gonna stay here, even if you go home in the meantime. I'm gonna stay here until it's done.
And ultimately how you can use these little mind shifts and tricks to overcome obstacles and keep on pursuing your endeavors in life. Now in this segment I want to present you 3 major tricks that I used throughout the years of cultivating this mindset of whatever it takes and how I managed to keep on going although adversity was presented to me. Number 1, start over. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut and some people don't want to admit it because they're quite stubborn. But what they do is they build upon a shaky foundation and all they do is spin their wheels without getting ahead. What I want to suggest in this video is to start it all over at one point.
Alright. Just gonna do it all the way new. Okay. I don't care.
And although most people would say this is a huge waste of time and it's not really efficient, I want to suggest you to do the following. Just take a step back from the project. Start to see it more objectively and think to yourself, would it help for me to just start it over to build a more stable foundation? For instance, if I shoot a video and I feel like I didn't do a proper setup, I could just go on and make a video and have this improper setup of my camera, maybe even of my audio, maybe even of me just presenting you the topic at hand. But it will never be as convincing as me just starting it over and getting it right. So, like I said before, just give it a go, start it all over. Secondly, manage your mood. Sometimes we feel stuck in a certain mood, in a certain emotion, and we can't help ourselves and we can't really shake it off. And it can be just triggered by a simple interruption, a simple annoyance, a simple frustration. And we get stuck in this negative mood, in this downward spiral. What I tried to figure out over the past few years was how to counter this and how to effectively manage your mood so that you can push through these boundaries or push through these obstacles. What I learned was that motion creates emotion.
Changing this a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I said in one of my recent videos about confidence was that our physiology and our psychology are connected with one another. So if you want to impact your mood, if you want to impact your emotions, you should consider moving around. For instance, if you want to make a video that is more hyped, more, let's say, energetic, you should consider just jumping up and down in the air and thereby just impacting your mood that way. It really something that helped me throughout the years to stay more positive and to push through. Another thing that is really helpful is to joke around and make yourself laugh.
Bye.
Ooh, now I have a cramp. Banana cramps!
Self-amusement is a concept that is really important, not only throughout everyday life, but especially in your creative endeavors. Even if it means that you're maybe a little bit goofy here and there, off camera or in between those little bits, that is okay.
Nature are evident.
Just use every bit of technique that you have in your arsenal to your advantage.
There's a goose like walking around like quack, quack, quack.
Third, cues. Now, using cues within a recording session is something that I learned from working out, from powerlifting. In my athletic endeavors or in my sport, I have to consider a lot of technique cues. Little bits here and there that you tell yourself, things that you repeat to yourself to keep yourself accountable for improving certain things. For instance, one thing that I had with my last video was about perfectionism. Like we all know, perfectionism is the biggest enemy to creativity and efficiency. And perfectionism will be a topic that I will cover in a later video down the road. But what you have to know for now, it can hinder your creativity and your efficiency. So what I like to do is, during my recording sessions, is to repeat the little mantra of don't try to make it perfect.
Don't make it perfect, Patrick.
If you repeat that to yourself, you're going to realize that little hiccups, little mistakes are okay. Even to the fact that these hiccups and these mistakes will be more authentic, they will be more real. Another cue that I try to do is a cue that I call breathe. Every once in a while I get quite overwhelmed and things get too much, and I also get a little bit, let's say, not only frustrated but aggressive about certain things. They quite frankly piss me off. What I do in these situations is just to remind myself to breathe. Just by simply regulating your breath, you will feel that the way you can think is way more clear. The way you can express your thoughts as well. So just by having these little cues here and there that you set for yourself beforehand, this will help you to overcome certain obstacles and ultimately make a better video or whatever your creative endeavor is. Now finally, I hope this video helps you to develop this mantra or mindset of whatever it takes. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any other mantras that helps you stick with certain things and push through those obstacles. But I see you next time, and until then, peace.